Liftoff and the clock has started.
Good evening, everyone. We back again. It is Tuesday, July 28th. And as reported, they said that we are in the 19th. The 19th day? Yeah, so we in the 19th day of 90 plus degree weather. And it's been hot. I mean, it's been terribly hot, man. Mr. John Lewis was laid to rest on yesterday. There was a lot of, talk about what actually did John Lewis do. So I took my time to look into him and found out, some interesting things about Mr. John Lewis that you may not know. He was arrested 45 times. You know what I mean? 45 times of being arrested for, you can say, an habitual crime. Standing up for your rights and standing up for the rights of the people. If that's a crime, then, we should all be guilty of that crime, because the rights and privileges that we have today, a lot of people say that, what did people in the past really do? But those same people that make those type of comments are not willing to go out and make those exact actions themselves. You know what I mean? If you got, if you have someone that is going out and he's fighting for the rights of the people. He's getting locked up. He has to sit in that jail cell. He has to eat that nasty food. You have to show love to that because the man was, the man was locked up 45 times. If you're just now coming in, hit that like button. Share the video if you're able to, but hit that like button. The man was arrested 45 times, fighting for the rights of the people, trying to get, the rights of people to change, in this country because, they were coming up in times that were dire. You know what I mean? There was no, maybe I can do it tomorrow or maybe I won't. It's you got to do it. Period. Point blank. When you're looking at someone like Mr. John Lewis, he hasn't had a very big name over the years. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been someone that they have pumped into the home of the people and made you come on a first name basis with John Lewis. Mainly because they do that for people like Martin Luther King and people of that caliber. You know what I mean? Okay. If you're looking for more interesting facts on John Lewis, I would recommend you go into some older material and look up some of the things that he was involved in his earlier works because as you get older, you're not able to kick up as much dust as you were in your younger years. So more the interesting, if you're looking for the Thundercat mentality coming from John Lewis, you may want to check out some of his earlier work and see a few things that that may interest you. Let's see here. They said in, I think, the UK. Now, this is where they lose me because I get and I don't want to make every episode about the coronavirus, but another interesting story, coronavirus based. They said that in the UK, they have dogs that can detect the coronavirus. So you're in the airport and you're walking through and a dog starts to bark at you because he says you have the coronavirus. The dog now. And you're looking at the security like, are you going to get the dog or, what are we doing right now? And they tell you, well, you have to come with me. The dog is alerting you for the coronavirus. So what do? Is this something that we're going to be subjugating ourselves to, when we travel? When you're going into, certain establishments? Are they going to start training dogs to detect the coronavirus? See, this is where the mentality of the people gets played on. Because if I got the technology or if I have the wherewithal to put a coronavirus in a vial or whatever way that I'm going to translate the smell of the coronavirus, because the only way a dog can detect something is by the smell. So the only way that I can give a dog something to smell that lets him know that he's being trained to smell this fragrance or this smell is I have to harness whatever that fragrance is so I can hide it wherever, so he'll go fetch it. Which means that I would need to be able to create a coronavirus scent. Right? So if I have a coronavirus scent that I can make, that I can have a dog smell, why can't I have a way for me to have a human be tested for the scent on their body for the coronavirus? Now, has anyone been to any of the coronavirus centers and had tests done? They're sticking tubes so far up your brain, from what I've heard, that they're tapping your skull. That's just a report that I heard. I don't know, but if I have a dog that can scent the coronavirus through smell, now this is not something that I'm making up. You can go look this story up. If I'm lying, I'm flying. This is a fake story, then it's a fake story. But I seen a report of it, and the report showed that they have the dogs that are able to smell on the human when he has the coronavirus. So that's another level of entrapment that we're going to be dealing with when the military rule gets ready to come down. You'll have people being snatched off the streets due to a dog. So now you are not going to be going to heaven and hell according to God. You'll be in reverse. You'll be going to quarantine or not according to a dog. Sounds funny, but it is true. What else we got going on here? If you missed the deadline, Sunday was the last day for you to go and register your child for remote learning. So if you ain't tired of looking in your child's face now, then you will be after the end of the year, when they just sitting there in front of the damn computer all day. You leave in the morning, they're in front of the computer. You come home, they're in front of the computer. Hey, lesson learned. A's and B's, maybe not. But yeah, I don't think that the severity of what's really going on in the new world order that people are thinking that's coming, and they're not understanding that new world order is already here, and we're living inside a new world order. Well, I mean, you have the school system that they're going to be doing remote viewing, so your child is not going to be going to school anymore. And if the coronavirus gets a little bit more serious, then you're going to be at home with your child. So you're not going to only be, having to feed your child. You're going to be, in need of feeding yourself, along with not having a job. If, the stimulus checks are supposed to be on the way again. Now, these stimulus checks that they gave out, I don't know how many weeks ago. I mean, $1,200. How many? It was been 3 months ago, maybe. I'm not sure, but I can just about guarantee you that everybody that got $1,200, they done ran through it by now. That's a fact. Let me get the lines open here. See what's going on. See if I can talk to the people today. All right. I greatly appreciate you, sir. All right, so Nick Cannon is sending his apologies for comments that he made referring to unmelanated people. Now, in Nick Cannon's defense, he was making these comments on his own show. And the comments were, they wasn't, as derogatory as some may say, but the Jewish community, they felt the need to say that, hey, you made comments that we don't like, and we want you to apologize for them. Well, they didn't even really say that they wanted them to apologize for them. Nick Cannon really came out with his apology, and I'm gonna tell you what that says. It really says that the people that opposes your opinion, they are in a position where they can cut your money short. So, you kind of got to tailor your tongue where you can't just speak as freely. So now you got to kind of backpedal a little bit. You can't say everything that you wanted to say. You can't say everything that you want to say moving forward. You said what you wanted to say, and you see where it got you. Now, I don't understand why on his show in the first place, Nick Cannon felt the need that he needed to preach to the choir with Professor Griff trying to break down, basically the Iceman Inheritance book review that he was giving Professor Griff on the show. Because this is information that Professor Griff has brought to the people over the years. I mean, we're talking 20 and 30 years maybe that Professor Griff has been bringing that type of information to the people. So for you to for you to be overly excited to parakeet that type of information that Professor Griff and others have already displayed once before, it is very I don't want to say the wrong word here, but it's very untimely. It was very bad timing. It wasn't a good time for you to actually display how you felt or display that type of information, because it's not what you said. It's just the fact that you're getting big checks and you're able to articulate yourself in a certain manner, and then you have money to go along with it. And that's not going to be something that, people in the powers that be are going to want to combat if it becomes, a situation where you have, you have the position to where you can make a move on the powers that be for financial control over any type of entertainment, which we know that the Jewish people are in control of. So maybe that is the reason, that that the apology is coming, because they were wanting some type of an apology to occur. And well, I don't know why I keep saying some type of an apology to occur, because they didn't ask for an apology. You know what I mean? All they did was basically watch Nick Cannon's show, and off of Nick Cannon's show, they made their decision, and their decision was to, hey, we'll pull our money back. Viacom dropped him with the the Wild 'N Out show. That was his bread and his butter. So with that being the bread and the butter, you have to you don't have to really kiss ass. You know what I mean? And I would say that in this scenario, Nick Cannon, by some, may be called an ass kisser. I don't really want to say that Nick Cannon is an ass kisser. And the reason why I wouldn't say he's an ass kisser is because he is a boss. He is responsible for the livelihood and the salary of the everyone that you see on that show. So Nick Cannon can't just make a decision that I don't give a fuck, I'll do whatever I want to as Nick Cannon, when it is called being responsible, when he's apologizing to people that we in the public may look at and say, why would you apologize to them? It's Black Lives Matter right now, fuck them. But the salaries of the people that he pays, not only his salary. I mean, Nick Cannon probably right now is in a position to where he could probably, lose the Wild 'N Out show, stop getting paid the millions that he's getting paid, and probably be good for a little while. It may put him in a tight spot, but you know he has a couple millions that he's sitting on, so I'm pretty sure that he will be able to sustain himself for a while. But the people that he have on his roster, like a Carlos Miller, like a Chico Bean, you know, like a DC Young Fly, you know, like a what's the girl, the funny girl name? Oh my God, baby boy, what's her name? Simone. You know, people like them that are on his show, and he's responsible for paying them. You know, it's one thing to have money, and then when you have workers and you have to pay the workers, you want to be paying your workers out of the money that you're making. You don't want to be paying your workers out of the money that you've saved for yourself, because that's the, you know, a telltale sign that your you know, your business is going to go into into the negative. Megan Thee Stallion finally, you know, she went on, I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter. Either or. The phone lines are open 704-285-1660. Whatever you want to talk about. Let's get the phone lines going. You know, call in. What's the word on the street? Talk to me, people. But Megan Thee Stallion, she finally goes on Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media that she uses, you know, and she does a half-ass breakdown of basically her getting shot. I wasn't really impressed by how she you know, how she gave the whole spiel of you know, I was shot and you know, yeah, whatever. Because I know people, you know, Tory Lanez, he's from New York, so you know he moving how you supposed to move when you out of town, okay, and you with, you know, in company of people who they are not necessarily your friends, but you become friendly with them, okay? And you may not necessarily want to be in the company of these people all the time, but you're in the company of them momentarily for whatever reason you're in the company, you know, of those people for. Now, the story has been circulated that, you know, maybe she was upset with Tory Lanez because he tried to you know, get at Kylie Jenner. And I have a video on that too as well. You can go to the Word on the Street YouTube channel, and the thumbnail, you'll see the YouTube thumbnail of Kylie Jenner and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, when Kylie Jenner had first reached $1 billion, you know, I done a video on Megan Thee Stallion and Kylie Jenner, you know, who's really getting to the bag. So you can go on YouTube and look that video up. But you know, with Megan Thee Stallion and you know, Tory Lanez, if they were in the company of each other and they ended up at a party where, you know, she's going at you know, Kylie Jenner, or she's going at Tory Lanez for whatever reason, you know, she's upset with the guy about because he you know, was you know, have exchanging smiles and, you know, showing teeth with Kylie Jenner, then, you know, that's you know, a lot of the reason why, you know, she ended up getting shot, because, you know, you have a man of Tory Lanez stature, you know, it's anything goes. You know, you really don't know, you know, with this chick Megan Thee Stallion, you really don't know what you expect. And let's talk about that stallion thing, because with Tory Lanez being a guy of stature of about 5'3", and you know, I think Megan Thee Stallion is what, 6 feet, 6 feet or more. You know, a man of that stature, you know, you don't supposed to put your hands on women. But I guess Tory Lanez lives by, you know, the motto that, okay, I won't put my hands on them, but I put a bullet in their ass. You know what I mean? And I mean, the whole term Meg the Stallion First of all, a stallion is a male horse. So for you to be referring to yourself as a male horse, a woman male horse, basically it is giving off, if we want to talk esoterically, then we could talk esoterically where you're giving off the indication that, yes, you're a woman, but you're operating in the, you're operating in the realm of a man. Because you're coming at this man, obviously you came at him in a way that made him feel, threatened to where he pulled a gun and he shot you. Okay. Now you went on Instagram and you cried about being shot, but you didn't actually say why you were shot and who shot you. You know what I mean? So who actually shot you this time? Like Biggie say, who shot you? You know what I'm saying? Don't just beat around the bush. Who shot you? Okay. Rahel LMAO says, So who shot you, Biggie? I mean, not Biggie. who shot you, Meg? You know what I'm saying? Because, Tory Lanez, when he does get to the point where he like, yo, I can't control this motherfucker no more. Like, I have to get this motherfucker off me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what actually was the altercation until the gun was drawn? Was it, yo, shorty, chill? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or was it just so overwhelming to where, you just drew down and shot her just off gate? Just because she was just that irate and wild. You know what I mean? I would love to hear that story, you know what I'm saying, from Tory Lanez. And apparently Tory Lanez hasn't been on any type of social media to give any type of dialogue to what went on there. So that'll be very interesting to know what exactly was the what was the mix-up. Nembla has been brought to my attention. I've never heard of it, but apparently it's something that's very old. Nembla, N-A, that's N is in Nancy, A is in Apple, M is in Mary, B is in boy, L is in Larry, A is in Apple. Nembla. It's an organization, a very old organization that's been brought to my attention. Is there anyone out there that knows about that organization or has any information on that organization? See if you can do a little research into it. Bring me up to speed. Let me know what's going on with that. I think on Sunday they had a basketball game with the Lakers. It looked so terrible. I don't think these guys understand that this whole charade with doing the basketball game with no audience and you just out there playing, with neon light backboards and the silk screen, backdrops. It looks silly. You know what I mean? It really looks silly. There's no fans there. And, like I said on last week's show, I'm really not into sports like that, but I took it, into my own consideration to have a look at it and let me see exactly, exactly what's the setup like? What am I looking at? And if, people are going to, this is going to actually show the mentality of people that will sit and watch men run up and down a basketball court and shoot a basketball into a hoop with no audience. Because if you have no time to take your son to the basketball court to shoot basketball, then why would you watch some? I don't even have to finish that. You get my drift. So some of this money that's been circulated into into the population right now. some of this money is going to be spent in the wrong direction. I can see it coming right now. Lil Baby just went up on his price for a feature. Says he wants $100,000 now. And in my honest opinion, who gives a fuck? Why would I pay you $100,000 to hear 45 seconds of your voice? Who cares? I wouldn't do it. They say Drake charges $1 million. Other guys are $500,000. I think they said Lil Durk said he should charge $200,000 instead of $100,000. And see, this is the thing about these guys with these. You want to say, well, I'm going to charge this and I'm going to charge that for me to rap on your song. The streets are dead. Ain't no more cocaine money out there. If you're making money off weed, you ain't really making money like that. So it ain't every day that people are walking around with $100,000 to give to you for a verse. There's been guys here in town that have done verses with Lil Baby. I'm pretty sure they didn't pay $100,000 when they paid it. Of course they didn't, because he just went up to that $100,000 now. But to look for $100,000 from Lil Baby, if you just came into the live show, hit that like button. But yeah, to ask for $100,000 for at a time where money is not something that people are willing to spend on rap music, I feel. Because I can honestly say that I have not bought any rap music in the past 15 years. I ain't had to. I can go on the phone and find just about any song I want to listen to, whether it be on YouTube or some other form of browser. I'll be able to find whatever I want to be able to listen to. Now, I was speaking with a friend last week, and we were saying how you have some old mix CDs that you got songs on that they didn't make it to the internet. They're still on those CDs, and you have to have that CD in order to listen to that song, which is true. But that's something that you'll just have to deal with. Because me, I'm not going and buying much music. I still haven't caught on to the concept of why people buy music when you can pretty much get it off of any YouTube channel that you want to go on. They got everything you want to hear. So but with them charging $100,000 now for a feature, it's kind of like what are people willing to do with their money? Sound like my mic kind of had a little blemish there. Am I plugged all the way in? Make sure I'm plugged all the way in. All right. So yeah, if you got $200,000 or $100,000 to give to someone for a verse trying to pursue a rap career, you haven't been paying attention to life, my man, because right now rap is a dying hustle as well. Rap is not going to be, something that's going to be around for people to make a lot of money off of a lot longer. Right now, we're watching, the blooming of an career by people like DaBaby, the people like Rowdy Rich, and some others. But the blueprint for becoming famous off of rap is becoming to be more and more where you have to spend your own money in order to be famous. And by the time you end up spending so much money, you think that, you're getting rich, but you spent so much money. Only thing you're really doing is getting all the money back that you've spent all at one time. Over the career, if you really think about it, over your career of maybe 10 years that you've been rapping, 15 years that you've been rapping, the money you spent on beats, going across town, picking this nigga up, y'all going over here, going to this studio, paying for studio time, paying for the beat, then you're paying engineers, you're paying for graphics, you're paying for, all of these things trying to get your rap career off the ground. Just think of all the money that you put in over the years and years and years. If you were to get $1 million back all at one time, your $1 million will be taxed. And you'll probably be, somewhere around $500,000, which is probably what you spent over the last 15 years on trying to make your rap career pop. And once that rap career finally does pop, and you got that 500,000, then you're gonna go in and you're gonna splurge. So you could have splurged a long time ago if you just didn't spend your money trying to pursue something that was not pursuable. Right now, my personal opinion, people that are in the rap game are getting in the rap game for the wrong reason. Rap was supposed to be something that you could turn to get yourself out of the trenches. If you were coming from a place of poverty and all you had was a voice. Back when people like Bone Thugs and Harmony and Eazy-E and Tupac and what I mean, back when in that era when guys they wasn't big on clothing, jewelry, and fancy cars. You know what I mean? It was more on having a voice to be heard for a particular purpose, and that's what gave substance to to those artists. And nowadays, there's not very much substance to the artists. They're just they're emulating environments of poverty, and those are false narratives that they put out to the people because they know those are the narratives that people are drawn to because they've studied the rap game for so long, and they know that the only way to get attention from people is to come in with the poverty narrative and go from being someone who was poor to let me show you how I got rich, whether it be through selling dope, robbing people, scamming, or whatever. So my claim to fame now is going to be I did nothing and now I'm rich. Look at me now. I did nothing and now I'm rich. I sold dope, I robbed and I scammed to get rich. And now that I'm rich, I'm going to brag, and my claim to fame is my rap music to put it in your face to, how I became successful shitting on other people. And that's not for every person out there pursuing a rap career, because there are people out there that, pursue rap careers that, they do music that are based in a certain genre that, are helpful to people, just like you have genres of rap that are, detrimental to people. So, that was pretty much all we had for this week on Word of the Street. Again, this week's episode is dedicated to John Lewis. If you've been under a rock, he was a civil rights activist, and he passed away on this past week that went by and was laid to rest on yesterday. With the civil rights people that were around that we were looking up to over the last 40, 50 years, a lot of those people are passing away. And people like John Lewis, they're all that we have left, because a lot of that, a lot of that information, a lot of that life experience of how to operate in this country, because seeing so many things and so many tricks and trickery from, being up under the European in this country, a lot of that wisdom is leaving with people like this. You know what I mean? And the wisdom that this man, harnessed and would be able to pass down to generations to come. He's passed down as much as he could in the time frame that that he was here. And, at the end of the day, we are here as timekeepers. We as people, we make up a lot of reasons for our entertainment. Some people want to say, we're here to go to heaven and hell. Some people say we're here to solve problems. But what we're actually here doing is being time capsules. We are keepers of time. And the time that you keep from the time that you're here, the information that you obtain and pass down to the next time keeper that comes behind you is what the magic of life is all about. And, it is what, the purpose of even being here and living to the age that the man on the screen in front of you lived to. So take that with a grain of salt, man. As always, I got the heart if you got the soul. Don't just lighten up, tighten up. This is Word on the Street. I'm Mr. Burnwood, and I'll see you on the next one.
Lift off and the clock has started.